Hello, wonderful world of YouTube. Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome for the first time. My name's Cindy, aka Ollie, and there's kind of a lot going on with my YouTube channel right now. It's still in its very young phases, but I hope that you'll stay tuned into what I hope it can turn into someday. But regardless, here I am. I am wearing shorts. I'm not naked, just for the record. And it is a beautiful day to be alive. And I was sitting here, I've got my roasted tomato soup started in the oven, and I've got my hot chamomile tea in my favorite mug. So I thought the only thing that could make this day better, it's also raining outside, would be to get crafty. So this is actually the first craft that I'm making in my new apartment. But I thought I would go ahead and record it for you guys, and I'm gonna show you how to make these cool little DIY fairy light jars. That's what I'm calling them right now. They don't really look like it as far as, you know, the fairy part goes, because it's really just dried flowers for this one, but there's so many different things that you can do, so stay tuned. So here is an actual just quick checklist of what you'll need as far as if you're going to kind of be following what I'm doing right here, like with these dried flower ones, and what I'm going to do with this one that I'm going to make on here. But basically, you're just going to need an empty jar. I actually just wait until I have to use my next pasta sauce, and that's usually how I end up with my next jar. I mean, it's not technically free because you did have to buy the sauce, but it feels free when you've had the sauce sitting around for a while, and now you've got a nice new jar that you can use for your next DIY project. But yeah, so then there's going to be some paint that you'll want for the lid, unless you just want to leave the lid as is. But I like to use like this chalk paint because I like the aesthetic that it gives afterwards. And I already went ahead and painted my lid for this jar, but I am going to do another coat on it before I'm completely finished. That's my dog in the background. He's my soulmate. Look at how beautiful he is. Okay, and then you're going to need some dried flowers of really any kind. I just always say, you know, if you're going to have flowers in your house and you have pets, oh, there's my cat too. You want to be careful and make sure that you're keeping them away from them, like in a different room if, you know, they're toxic to pets or anything like that. But you can really do you know, anything that you want here as far as the flowers go. I still haven't tried drying them upside down to preserve color, but I certainly will one of these days. You know, I like changing it up. You can honestly go to like Kroger and check out their clearance flowers. That's what I usually do when I don't have a bouquet already laying around from my partner getting them for me. Yes, I got lucky with him. But let's see here. So as far as the actual like little fairy lights go here, I just bought these off of Wish for like $2, and they have all kinds of different lights, but I chose this warm white, which you can see right in here, because I really liked the aesthetic that it gave with the flowers, especially with the white lid. You can see my really shoddy paint job on this lid though. It kind of made me mad, but that is okay. And then obviously you'll need batteries too, like to go with the lights, because they don't come with them. And that's going to be the most expensive part of this project, honestly, is just making sure that you have those batteries, especially if you have most of everything else already. Let's see, then you're going to need a little bit of super glue here. And I'll show you what that's for in a little bit, which kind of scares me because I hate super glue because it's so scary to me for some reason. Every time I look at it, I have this like horrifying intrusive thought of someone just like squeezing it into their eyes, but don't worry, I'm completely normal. And as far as decoration goes, I like just tying like a little bit of jute cord around it. I just think that looks kind of nice, but I mean, you know, you could use copper wire. I mean, the possibilities are endless, honestly. Then, of course, you also want to make sure you've got your drink. I've got my chamomile tea right there. And then I know that as far as the lights go, I know that I was saying like they have different colors and everything. I also thought it would be really cool if like instead of jute cord, you did some sort of like colored hemp maybe, just depending on what else you put in your jar. But you know, like I said, the possibilities are just, they're so endless. You can do so many things with these. I gotta untie these lights now. But yeah, like I was saying, I mean, you can really use like whatever you want. You know, you could use moss, you could use little rocks, you could get some tiny like animal and fairy figurines and some crystals and stones or maybe some animal bones. You know, whatever just makes your heart smile whenever you look at it. But I like using dried flowers because I think it just reminds me that there's beauty even in death. And I mean, they really fit in with like any decor style if you really think about it. And I don't know. I hate tossing out dried flowers because they're just so versatile for DIY projects like this. I'm not getting anywhere with this. We're gonna have to wait a second here. Okay, so I went to go make sure that the lights were good before I started putting them in here because the way you have to put them in here, if something's wrong with the lights and you have to replace them, you have to take all the flowers out before you can take the lights out and then do it all over again. And my lights don't work. And I know it's not the batteries because I switched them out and everything. So I guess that's what I get for buying stuff from Wish, right? Don't tell them I said that. But I'm still just going to go ahead and keep going because I've already shown the final product here. And I already started doing it and I got excited about this video, so I'm gonna keep recording. Here's just a reminder. I've gotten so many ideas for like other fairy light jars now from what I was saying earlier about the different things that you can do, and now I'm really excited. And like this is why I love YouTube and making videos, because I wouldn't have either thought of it or it would have taken me a really long time to think about it to get inspired to try some other stuff with these. So this jar that I'm making is actually a really special one. I'm making it for my partner's mom for Mother's Day, and these flower clippings that I'm using are actually from a bouquet from her late sister's funeral that we just happened to have for years. And I actually took some clippings of it and put them in a floating frame with a picture of her and all of the siblings together, and gave it to her for Christmas. But we, you know, recently moved out of our house and into our new apartment, and I'm gonna put this in last because it's, you know, a longer piece and I don't want to cripple it or anything. But I couldn't bring a bunch of dried flowers with me, especially now that I don't have my art studio anymore, and I couldn't keep, you know, the cat away from them or anything. But I couldn't bear the thought of just tossing them, especially something like that. So I thought, well, why not make her a little fairy light jar? And then I thought, why not do it today? And then I thought, why not make a recording of it? In case there's some other people out there that love this like fairy core type of vibe and wanted to get some more ideas on how to bring that to life. And it's not just fairy core either, you know, like this, like I was saying earlier, there's so many different things you can do. So many different styles that you can bring to life with a few of these lighted fairy jars, and they're just so fun and magical. I think this would also be like a really fun project to do with like your kids as well. So I'm actually going to steal some of these white flowers from this one that I haven't finished yet, because I just think that these colors will look so good with like all these gold colors from these flowers in here. But I didn't want to run to the Kroger by our old house to grab more while I was over there waiting for junk removal. Finally today, because I don't have a car right now, so I didn't want to like get an Uber just to run to the store real quick and then back to the house and then Uber back home too. So I said I already know that I have some more flowers laying around, so I'm just gonna use those. I think this one's gonna be really pretty with all these colors. And my face has totally been cut off like for this whole video, but it's all right. You're not here for my face, I know that. See, I'm just going in here and I've been kind of like evenly putting the lights in and then putting the flowers in as well. So you're really, you know, like utilizing as much space as possible. This one's going to be a fairly airy jar, just because I don't have a great many clippings. So I might take some of the petals like off of these full roses that I have, just to fill that space on the bottom too. And you can see I'm like using tweezers as well to put everything in here, because I want to make sure that, you know, I get things fit in as tightly as possible, but I don't want to crush anything as well. You know what? I'm feeling a little sassy with this one, so I think like once I go to do this for real, because I'm going to have to take everything out again and replace the lights, I'm going to add like some gold sparkles in here, and I think that'll be like really pretty. I might even take my gold paint marker and do something to the white lid, but I'm not sure yet. I'll probably just end up leaving it white and doing the jute cord, or maybe I'll also like, ooh, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the jute cord and I'm going to like braid it in with some gold like copper cord and then put it around the base. I think that'll be really pretty. Now typically this point is where I would go and I would actually super glue the base of this to the inside of the lid. That way it's not just like hanging inside the flowers, and you can just quickly like lift up the lid, flip the switch to turn the lights on, and then close it back. But this is all I'm doing for now, because I'm gonna have to come back to it, but at least now everything is in a jar and I can close the lid to keep it protected. But here's like a rough image of what this one is going to look like with all the warm colors in there. That's why I was thinking like I'll break off some more of the petals, rearrange some things to make it look, you know, a lot more full and pretty, and add some gold sparkles in here. And then especially once the warm lights are turned on, that's gonna look really pretty. I'm really excited about this one. Oh, there's another rose here too. But that's it. That's really all that I have to say about this one. You know, like I said, there's so many different things that you could do as far as different materials go, different light colors, different outer decoration, different paint. It's really exciting. I have like so many images in my head now of different ones that I want to try to make, so I'm really excited about that. And if anybody does, you know, give it a go, I would love for you to reach out to me and show me what you did. So one of these days I will be back on Instagram. I just don't know when. Probably maybe around the fall if I'm feeling it. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I would love for you to reach out to me and show me what you've done if you do end up doing any of these. And, you know, as usual, I really hope that you enjoyed this video and that you can take something of value from it. And if you liked this video and you want to see more, or you've checked out my other content on my page and you like it, I would really appreciate it if you can give me a thumbs up, and if you could subscribe to my YouTube channel just to kind of keep up with it as it grows. And I hope you have a great rest of your day and happy crafting.